I want to show the world how USA All-Girl can actually hold up against the rest of the world.
There's no feeling like winning, especially wearing a USA uniform.
When I hear people say cheerleading isn't a sport or cheerleaders aren't actual athletes, I literally don't give a
Gold or nothing!
We honestly all really love the sport.
You see flags from every country waving. You hear your fans screaming.
Stop it! Stop it!
The champs are here! I told you! We shot the wall!
You see the bright lights. You have so much adrenaline. Your heart is just beating.
It 100% is all worth it.
I'm here and you're not, and I get to experience what you've wanted to experience.
Being able to take that mat with the people around you, like there's no other feeling in the world.
For a split second, everything goes silent.
And now, the gold medalists and world champions.
They knew it, but they held that emotion in.
Whenever you get to walk away with the gold medal, there's nothing that beats that.
Since the inception of the ICU World Cheerleading Championships, USA All-Girl has won 9 years in a row.
And now, the gold medalists and world champions, USA! Your gold medalists and world champions, USA!
The ICU World Cheerleading Championship is the largest stage in cheerleading, so no pressure.
For so many years, USA was on top.
Let's go, ladies!
The other countries, I mean, they're closing in.
You know, in football, you get 4 quarters. In baseball, you get 9 innings. And in cheerleading, you get 2 minutes and 15 seconds on that mat. One mistake, and it's all over.
The 2018 gold medalist, Finland!
They know I don't like that losing feeling. I don't want it anymore.
With Premier All-Girl, we have 9 gold medals, and I don't even want to talk about the other medals that we have.
Team Finland is the biggest competitor for USA All-Girl right now.
In 2018, Finland walked away with the gold medal, and ever since then, it's been Finland.
The clean is still on 1 while you're moving. It's choreography, but I need for your brain to be ready to do the 3.
I'm not going to take full responsibility when we don't get gold.
Receiving the silver medal in 2019 goes to USA!
It's really nice to be the one setting the bar at the competition.
Mark Coleman is a big reason for Finland and the success that they've had in the last few years.
Mark Coleman has been helping us since the beginning that I have been coaching, and he's a really good friend of mine.
They like to call me Benedict Arnold. You know, this year I have 10 Moorhead athletes that are members of Team USA.
Mark, your coach, is the coach of a competitor. So how do you juggle that?
Am I scared that they'll leak things?
Start over from the beginning. 1s and 6 from the beginning.
I'm not tired. I'm not tired. It's muscle memory. Muscle memory! Come on, do your own job! Let's go! It's so bad. Fight! Find your why! Find your purpose!
Let's go! Get the energy going! Let's go!
In the spring of 2019, they shared with us that Tony had a brain tumor about the size of a plum. I've never seen fear. He doesn't have fear in his eyes.
If USA approached me and asked me to work with the US national team, then I would absolutely take that opportunity.
Do your job and your job only, and we will be successful.
The people who don't know what we go through, I feel like that's just what defines cheerleading.
I want you to think you're going to break your ankle. She's either going to learn, and she's going to be more aggressive on the bottom, or she's going to say, that hurts.
Because at the end of the day, it's not about you, it's about us.
This is our house. This is our routine.
It's either you hop aboard or we're leaving you.
This is the turning point of what we do after this.
Hey, yo! I'm hungry for that feeling because it's all good.
It's like the finish line's right there, and then you just give up right before it. That's what that feels like.
Every time that I go grab a drink, It's because I have nothing nice to say.
Well, we have decided that we're going to win the World Championship title.
So why are you dusting off retirement? Things get harder when you get older.
At the end of all of this, when you don't get what you want, are you gonna think about all those excuses?
Eli meillä on voittava ohjelma ja joukkue ja ainoa mikä voi meitä estää voittamasta on me itse.
It's hard and I know it's hard. I don't know if I believe the team in 2018, but I believe in you.
What is it going to be like when you go back home to Finland?
It's going to be crazy.
Calm yourself. You have to stay calm.
You can't carry it on your face.
He wasn't about to take away what all I went through in my sport.
I feel like that was one of the worst full-outs I think they've done.
You're made up of the best universities in this country. So what are you afraid of?
We're not playing rules that we're accustomed to.
Because we got lots of to do.
Don't hold back in any way. Finish strong.
Nothing to be afraid of. No one else matters but us.
I'm confident that the fourth win is definitely within our reach.
It's all mental. You can do this.
Not many people look at USA All-Girl like anymore, but they will be.
Miserable. Yes, I had to go inside and put creamer in it. It's horrible.
If one of you can text Blake and find out where Blake is and when he's going to be here, and then we just need to have a discussion tonight, kind of a game plan and what the weekend needs to entail, because we got lots of to do.
Yeah.
Y'all come in. Get ready. It's starting. So lots of things are going to start moving very, very quickly from after this weekend. We're just going to have to be very mindful and very aware of our routine has 6 groups. Okay, it doesn't mean that we've chosen 6 groups yet. What that means is we will develop this routine with 6 groups, and then that's how we'll figure out what we're going to do from there when we make that selection.
Over the years, USA All Girl has had this process to where we hold a tryout and we select athletes from different universities. So then it's a great representation of the USA.
I feel like every single group in here has strengths and every single group in here has weaknesses. We want to just make sure that we put as many strengths together to make sure that we're able to do what we're supposed to do this year, and that's get back where we're supposed to be.
This team this year, I feel like, is very determined to get gold. And I think that has been their mindset from the beginning.
Because everyone is from all these different areas, we then have a training weekend. It's really hard to do that with an all-girl team, but back in the day, no one was close to us.
So Blake is going to be very heavily involved tomorrow with looking at different things and concepts that we all come up with. Blake is here again. Good. No, he is not on time.
My role with USA All Girl is I'm the director of choreography.
I want to start doing some choreography things for sure, and start doing some structures as far as the routine structure and getting that together.
In order for USA All Girl to win, they need to remember their why. And what are you gonna do to make sure that happens?
We did virtual tryouts this year. I mean, we didn't even do live tryouts. You know, we did them at our USA Cheer Combines, and I zoomed into all of them, and you know, my question every single time was, why do you want to be on the USA All Girl team? And every one of these groups at some point mentioned, we need to right this ship and get back to where we're supposed to be.
By the end of the weekend, we should know everything that's happening in this routine. And then from there, once we get into Tampa, that's where the work will begin.
So that is a process that we've always had. 2 weeks training, get it done in 2 weeks, go compete.
Teams from 70 different nations will proudly compete here over the next 2 days.
It doesn't matter what anybody else says. The ICU World Cheerleading Championship is the largest stage in cheerleading. So, no pressure.
Getting to go out and represent in your uniform and hearing everybody cheer and the way that just they all come together and chant with us is amazing.
Cheerleading in the US is very popular. And when we think about the greatest of all the teams, of all the different styles of cheerleading that we have in the USA, we think of the US national team. So being a part of the US national team in itself is like all eyes are you. You are in the spotlight. At any moment, someone can judge you. Just to be a part of that is pressure.
Like, I don't care if your hand's bleeding, you have blisters all over your hand, hold the rope for the last second because it'll all be so worth it. Whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes.
You know, in football, you get 4 quarters. In baseball, you get 9 innings. And in cheerleading, you get 2 minutes and 15 seconds on that mat. One mistake and it's all over.
Silver medalist for 2017 goes to Finland.
A very close competition. Finland looks disappointed.
So for so many years, USA was on top. And I think that really motivated other teams. They saw the skills we were throwing and they wanted to be able to throw those. I'm sure they studied the technique.
This year, we're gonna be the world champions.
And now as they're getting close, like they're finding new ways to reinvent skills also. So that means we have to stay on top. We have to keep staying on our toes, keep pushing, finding new ways to reinvent things so that we can keep our place.
USA Cheer without Tony, I don't even know what it would look like because he's literally the backbone of this. He's been here literally since the inception of USA Cheer.
When I was an athlete, I actually did not know Tony walking through the doors, and if you hear of Tony Nash, it's automatic like,
If you look around, obviously you see the most talented people in the country in what we do. It's very rare to be able to pull together this type of talent and put it all in one room. A lot of you come from different types of backgrounds, whether that be UCA, NCA. We have one common objective is to be the same, to be USA.
He knows how to win. He likes to win. I mean, we all like to win, but he knows what it takes to come out the other side. He's done it for a very long time. And I think he knows the way that practices need to be ran in order to get the end result that we all want.
I wish there was someone to match Journey.
Like our energy?
Yeah. There's not. There's not a match to her, but she's an alpha.
Wait. That is not your baby hair. That is your full-on hair.
You guys are welcome to USA Cheer All Girl.
Hi, I'm Journey Norris. This is my first year on USA All Girl.
Line up.
Hey guys, and welcome to the vlog. Okay, my stunt group is, my main bass is AJ, my side bass is Hallie, and my top girl is Madeline.
My name is Madeline Smith, and this is my second year on Team USA All Girl. The first year was virtual, and then this year's in person.
My name is Melissa, and this is my second year on the U.S. national team. I feel that I do have a good voice by speaking up, and I feel like I can help those around me.
Just do your job and your job only, and we will be successful. Yes?
My name is Micaiah Bowler, and I am technically a second year on USA All Girl.
Micaiah, like she's one of the baddest girls at this mid-layering stuff.
Camera person, can you hear me? I'm talking. Hey, go USA.
My name is Paige Ernst, and oh my God, I'm sorry. Okay, do not put that in there. Do not do that.
Paige is amazing. She's just a person you want to be around. Like, she just makes people better.
My name is Cassie Rhea, and I am technically a third year on USA All Girl.
Snap. There it is. Why do you keep looking at me? Like, you get up there, when you do hit, you look down like stop looking at me. Stop looking. Are you surprised that you land?
Sometimes,
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. If there were an earthquake right now, what would you do? Never mind. Most people, if the ground starts shaking, they're like, whoa, they find their balance. That's how you're doing your double up. Like, you're landing to find your balance. Oh, okay, I'm okay. Versus trusting her to do her job. It's not your job, it's her job. This means you're doing her job. This means she's doing her job. Yes? Good. I just love having conversations with you sometimes.
What do you do if there's an earthquake? I don't.
These training weekends are so important because not only do we need to be drilling skills and getting routines and stuff together, but also getting the team to bond. A lot of these groups don't know each other coming in, or maybe they've even competed against each other. So getting kind of rid of that rivalry and getting that bond of a team and a family so that when they go out there on the floor, they're actually able to show that together.
Let's go! Carly and A squad, let's go! Hey, be normal. Doesn't matter who's there, who's watching you, what you're feeling, shove it down.
The West Georgia girls compete against Moorhead, so there's a little bit of competition there because there are West Georgia girls on this team and West Georgia coaches.
There's so much more that goes into what we do because we got to learn each other in order to do these things.
They're competing in college competition against these Moorhead groups and that coach. And I mean, that could be a little bit awkward, I guess.
Holy shit, right here. Holy f***, I'm not good at this. That's fine, you're just talking to me. Okay. Y'all talk to me all the time. Yep.
I knew it was going to be a challenge because I never wanted this to seem like this was, West Georgia being USA. I wanted this to be a USA team with West Georgia as part of the team. But it was noticeable.
So to now see 4 groups turn around and be a part of something so grand and huge, it just makes me a proud alumni to see that I built something not only as an athlete, but also as a coach.
This team has worked day in and day out just for this feeling right here, and I cannot describe it. It's incredible.
Every one of these schools that's with our team this year has been a national champion.
Congratulations, national champion. Thank you.
Western Kentucky, Moorhead, Indiana, West Georgia. So they all know the championship mentality or what that's about, but you would never know that.
It's gold, it's not silver! It's gold, it's not silver! It's gold, it's not silver!
They all have a common goal right now. And so I think that makes it's very scary when you have a talented team that's determined. It's powerful. So I'm excited about it. Ray, keep those feet together. Micaiah, active hands. Touch as you feel. 1, tap, snap. There you go, good. That's it. That's it. Good catch. Good catch. Okay. Even a little bit more, okay? This is what even more. Well, your job is I want you, and yes, do this. I want you to think about you get to this point and you want to beat her, go faster. She's gonna learn, she's either gonna learn and she's gonna be more aggressive on the bottom or she's gonna say that hurts. So she's gonna figure out one of the 2 ways, okay? Even more.
It's so funny in cheerleading because if you look at, you're the tippy of a pyramid, everyone's like, okay, line up Mallory's pyramid. It's never really Mallory's pyramid. Okay, she's just the decoration. She's the person that they watch up there. They don't watch anything else in between. You see top girls who land up there and they're bent knees, they put their hands down on the shoulder, all those things. That's because they have a good middle layer. The tippies probably don't trust themselves to be good, but the middle layer has to be able to figure out, how am I going to catch this girl that has bent knees, who's grabbing my head or my shoulders and pushing off with her hands to stand up? Like, what do I do with that?
1, tap, 3, up, 5, snap. Go ahead, get down. That's your fault. Can we move on from this? I've seen enough. Anyone else seen enough? I'm dizzy.
The training for the USA Premier teams is so unlike anything else. It can be really challenging mentally.
There is no room for error in the routine.
I know that's the problem.
USA All Girls' biggest competitor is USA All Girl. I don't ever mean that when I say that to the team or to the coaches arrogantly, but our mindset is to focus on us, control what we can control. We can't control what they do. We can't control how much they practice or how less we practice. We can't control those things. But what we can control is coming in and having the mindset that our focus is about us, and that's it.
So while the music is off right now, just make sure we're taking each skill by skill. Because when everybody warmed up, everything looked great, and now that we're going together, it looks like our brain is just going. As a coach, I'm very vocal. When I see things, I like to speak on it. I'm not really a type of person that just stays back in the background. And as a first year, what I don't say hurts them. And like Blake said yesterday, choreography is always full out. You will never not do this elite without the choreography in front of you. Okay, do you understand? Okay, moving forward, do we know what's expected of us? Okay, let's try that again. So when we select the team, we select more than 6 groups and more that actually needs to be on the floor.
You warm up however you need to get to the end result.
In between those groups, they're all fighting for a spot.
As a top girl, if you fall, usually in that moment, you're like, damn it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm so bad.
Even here, the way that I would be at home with my team at practice is not the way I can be here, because if I can jump on somebody here about not executing something, I don't know if they're going to shut down and check out.
Right.
You know, I don't know if that's going to happen. So you've got to just kind of like you're walking on eggshells.
They all have to show up 110% every day to prove to the coaches I can be that 6th group on the mat.
That's 24 girls taking the mat at the time of the competition. And Tony and the other coaches just have to hope that they selected the right 24 for that moment.
I appreciate you trying to be pretty in your skills, but why do you land everything with your toes pointed down? When you do that, you take away surface for them to see. When you're landing in skills, flex your feet so they have a bigger area to catch.
Hey, Tops, make sure we're looking when we pull on 7, and then can we chin on the dip?
Both Lindsay and Asia bring value from their past experience with USA. Lindsay's tasted success with our team and been on a winning team, and so she knows, you know, what it takes to get to that point. But even more valuable, which they probably don't understand because they're young, is her being on the losing teams, because now she understands how she doesn't want to feel.
I was a part of the first USA All-Girl team to receive silver in 2018.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Sorry.
With Premier All Girl, we have 9 gold medals, and I don't even want to talk about the other medals that we have.
I remember thinking, like, we finally did it. We hit the routine on finals, but also knowing that it wasn't like the prestige and the standard that it needed to be. And hearing our name get called in second was really hard, and it's definitely a shock.
The 2018 gold medalist and world champions, Finland!
If you're a part of anything, losing sucks, right? I think I learn each year from the losses. I'm not gonna take full responsibility, but of course I think everyone that's involved with this process takes some type of responsibility when we don't get gold.
Since then, I've only been a part of a USA all-girl team that has not taken home that gold medal. And that's when I believe the streak of, the winning USA All-Girl team faded. But I believe it did start in 2017. So I believe Finland's talent came from the coaches that they've brought in over the years. I feel like they had this drive to be better, but really didn't have the direction or guidance that they needed to be better. Up until, they invited other people from the U.S. in to help out with their skills. I believe that's when they made the turn for the better.
Mark Coleman is a big reason for Finland and the success that they've had in the last few years.
We were just talking about that when you come to the States, and it's like it does something to your ego when you come here and you're like, yeah, boss life. And the golden medal goes to...
But we have decided that we are going to win the World Championship title.
So Mark Coleman has been helping us since the beginning that I have been coaching Team Finland, and he has been a really big part, and he's a really good friend of mine and us. And he has been helping a lot through the years.
All I do is win, 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 win. Heck yeah, way to go.
Coach, how do you build such a powerhouse program that keeps getting bigger every single year?
Between my very close friends, they like to call me Benedict Arnold, which I do think is funny. But that's not how I look at it. It was an opportunity. This has never been about beating USA. It's not personal. This is business.
He's a good mind. He is a good mind, and he's able to coach his own team here at Moorhead at such a high level, and the types of things that they're doing at such a high level. He's able to take that overseas and translate that to what is necessary or needed for Finland to be at that high level.
My daughter was a little disappointed because, whenever I come back, she always takes my medals. And so she's like, where is your medal? I know, it's a long story.
Yeah. So now that you go home, she's going to be proud.
She will be very excited. She will steal this one too, but that's okay.
But at first, especially for me, he helped with maybe the culture of cheerleading, of how you should be performing when you cheer, how you should be like crowd leading, and what kind of is the traditions of cheerleading. And yes, he was a really big help in the beginning with stunts wise. Now the team is like really talented and skilled, and they are like coming up with skills by themselves. So they are like teaching us coaches at the same time. So yes, Mark is like a mentor at the moment.
Finland's routines in comparison to the US routines, I feel like a lot of the things that we do one year, they'll recycle into maybe their own style and utilize it the next year. So I feel like we're still the trendsetters, we're still the leaders. We're just not executing how we're supposed to be executing.
This year I have 10 Moorhead athletes that are members of Team USA.
Mark's been my only college coach. He actually took me in whenever I didn't think I was anything and made me to who I am today. So I definitely couldn't do it without him.
Moorhead All-Girl, for the first time since 2018, you are the newest All-Girl Division I champions. What are you feeling right now?
There's so many emotions that come to the last 4 years and what we've done and what we put in and all the support and passion when we just needed it for us to hit this routine. That's all we wanted, just to hit, and whatever happens is out of our control, but everything that we did, we could do for us.
With this being my first year on USA, it is a little bit unique from the other groups that are on Team USA with me. There's 8 of us that made it and 8 of us that tried out, so that's really awesome, and I think Mark is excited that we're here too, but Yeah, it's exciting. I'm glad that I can get more skills and more things underneath my belt that I can take onto my team for next season.
Am I scared that they'll leak things? No, I'm not. But again, I mean, you never know. I think with those athletes, you know, even when they're selected to the team, it's a conversation that I have with them, and that's not disrespecting Mark or Moorhead or anything, but at the end of the day, he's a competitor. It's a challenge for them. It's hard for them to see the person that is their leader, the person who is the one that is, in the big scheme of things, their 4 years of life in college or whatever that may be, their leader not there supporting them when they're the support that they're used to, you know?
I personally feel like I have received enough silver to hopefully motivate everybody else enough to never want to have that feeling. It's tough knowing that we couldn't get the job done and be the standard that USA is. So I hope that I'm able to just empower the teams to really strive and stay on top.
This is probably always one of the toughest parts of when we start saying who's going to do what, because people start getting feelings hurt. I want you to understand that this is about what is the interest for the team initially to get through choreography. That way when we get to Tampa, we can have one day, half a day of doing some skill stuff, and day two, we can start full outs, which is 4 or 5 days earlier than what we would normally do. So that gives us a little bit more. This is about our team. Okay, we're all gonna get through this together. So give me these 6 groups to start with on the floor. Go Kate, Maddie, Ray, Cassie, Jazz, and Frankie, okay? Start those 6 groups on, pay attention to Blake.
So after selecting our 6 groups on the floor, the 2 groups that didn't make those 6 that we called today were one of our Moorhead groups, and then another group from Western Kentucky.
Is that the one that has the dip in it? So yeah, that one.
When it comes to telling a group, okay, we're gonna choose these 6, you're gonna be off to a side. Yes, that part is always hard, but at the end of the day, it's business.
This should be on quarter panels. Yeah, there we go. And 7, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8.
It is hard trying to explain to a group that, hey, you're not gonna be one of these 6 groups, but that doesn't mean that they can't get a spot on the mat. In 2018, actually my stunt group, my top girl, got injured in 2018. So I was actually one of the examples that just because we start with these 6 groups doesn't mean that these are the groups that will compete. So I definitely had a taste of that, just being an athlete. So it is hard, but at the end of the day, it's business, and they understand that we have a job to get done at the end of the day.
7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3.
Mark all the way to the end of the sun this time. You're counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 3,
Just start counting.
5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, dip, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 3.
Blake Johnson is, I mean, he's everything for USA. He's been incredible with our teams every year. It just amazes me how good he is at his craft.
we don't want anyone to chase us. And we are the gold standard. So when I'm here, it is making sure that it is right for USA Cheer.
Scoot forward, scoot. I'm not saying it for my health.
Blake is loud, and I love it. I love it 100%.
The clean is still on 1 while you're moving. That's choreography, but I need for your brain to be ready to do the 3.
So officially meeting him, I was like, this is Blake, like. Is it? Is it?
It is. It's gonna be a good time.
No question about it.
Every time our stunts go, you hear, oh, you hear him yell, whether it's good or bad.
Premier All Girl the last few years, they've been chasing skills and chasing this dynamic, like, performance of doing these super difficult skills.
You put your outside lid comes up, hit that 5.
For the athletes that I'm coaching or doing choreography for, I think I expect for them to give 110%. And I expect for them to go above and beyond to make sure they're doing things the right way, even if it takes a long time.
Down to that group, they'll then throw you up. You'll stand up onto her.
We want our routines to be so entertaining, but he's made it more, it's not really a routine anymore, it's more of a production. You know, it's like a show.
You know, my mom used to always say, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And I feel like this is a perfect example of Premier All Girl this year. We want to make sure it's not what we're doing, it's how we're doing it. And the world is going to remember that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5. It'll work. Oh.
Hey, so when we're at the front of the mat and we're ready to move forward with this section, if you need something prior to that section or whatever we're asking for to happen, you need to speak up. Because that time when we went through, it was tragic. Obviously, we all saw that, and no one was ready for what was coming. That's how we waste time.
As an athlete on the USA All Girl team, I will say that going through the process, the training process is a little bit more mental, and I feel like people do not think so. They just think, oh, I'm just physically exhausted, but anything you put your mind to, you can do. So for me, it was more so mental.
Just because they're tired isn't an excuse to not execute, yes?
Having the short amount of time does make me nervous because these other teams do have an advantage because they practice all year long versus us. We do have those practice weekends where we do come together and then we have those long breaks again. And we just have a couple months to get it all together and cram.
Hop rolls, and I'm gonna say it again. How you have your arms by your side, how you hit a high V, how your face look, that matters. And that may change the tempo of the stunt if you just be better in the air. Yes? Okay. Right now we're taking all the little things for granted and it's obvious.
I don't know what Finland is throwing, but I do know the talent that we have, and I do know what we're capable of. And I feel like it's, for the past 3 years, it's been one of those things where the US has beat themselves when it comes to Worlds. So I feel like personally, if we do lose, it'll be something that happens with us.
So a lot of people get caught up in making sure you do it perfect every single time instead of making sure you understand what you're doing every single time. So even when it goes wrong, you can correct it.
You are repping out every stunt, every pyramid, every tumbling pass. Your body is sore, your body is tired, it's fatigued, and you're mentally trying to push through that to see if you can finish to the end.
Ray, here, you can watch just so you can see how much time you actually have. So right here is the moment to like almost arch into it so you get back on top of her.
It is a lot. I think we're all just slowly getting on the train. Like, this is gonna be hard, but there's no stopping. It's like we have to go. It's either you hop aboard or we're leaving you type thing.
It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good.
It hurts so bad.
Take your breath away.
Okay.
So earlier we did have a girl get injured. We are just looking and talking, not that we're making changes. We hope that she's gonna be okay and great, but they need to find a way to make through it.
We just need to be careful because I think that we start putting too much difficulty. That's where we've been getting in trouble.
Ooh, y'all, this hurts so bad. Tears feel over your eyes. I don't like to cry. Hold on.
And once we figured out that Journey's back was hurt, we honestly didn't really know what to do or where it was going to go from there.
We know 5 of these groups' tendencies. You know the West Georgia group's tendencies and how they react. I know the IU's group tendencies, how they react. We don't know the other ones. We haven't coached them long enough to know how they handle a moment if something goes wrong.
I felt really upset whenever we first found out that Journey was injured, but I took a step back and I looked at it from like a bigger picture, and I honestly care more about her health than anything else. And so I just kind of chalked it up as to she's gonna have to do what's best for her in the end.
This hurts so bad. Oh! Ow! Smile for the camera. Oh, this hurts.
This is roomie bonding.
What? Roomie
bonding.
I have my M&Ms in my hand.
That's when you went to roomie bonding.
Oh. Jesus Christ. I was like, what are you talking about? I forgot. I didn't realize you were about her.
Camera costs more than your
Okay, I'm good. Let me torture you at USA. Oh.
The people who don't know what we go through, I feel like that's just what defines cheerleading.
I expect for them to know their reason why they're a part of a program or part of a journey.
I get asked all the time, like, what is your why? Why do you do this?
I do want this win a lot, and probably the most because of the fact that I have not won yet with this team, and the fact that this team has not been able to come out on top in years and years and years.
You're gonna have days where you don't feel like you want to be a cheerleader anymore. You're gonna have days where you just are ready to throw your cheer shoes in and be like, I'm over it. But to not give up, to not let in, because it will be worth it.
It's that little girl across the stage that's looking up to you. It's about them. It's not about you anymore.
I'm just a girl from Pittsburgh that has always tried to work in and out of practice and never gave up on myself. So that's what I want to teach, like these younger girls that come from different places and think that they can't do what we can do, but you can 120% do it if you set your mind to it.
That's good.
Fantastic job this weekend. I don't want you to take that as let's get complacent and let's get comfortable. Okay, when we get to Florida, the mindset has to be right. It's really, you are your competition. We have to execute. That's important. You're all important in what we do. All 8 groups, not just 6 groups, all 8 groups are important. I say this to probably every team I've ever coached, and I will always continue to say this, is that we didn't come this far to come this far. Make sure that's worth it, okay?
USA! USA! USA!
The next time I'll see the team will be in Tampa in April. I'm confident we're going to be able to produce a very high level and execute like we should.
Catch you next time, friends.
We did it! We made it! All through the practice this time.
The amount of time and energy and that Tony gives up for USA Cheer and what he's been through the last few years has been hard on him and his family. But USA Cheer has always been number one to him. It's always been something that he was going to make sure was successful. And after every loss, he takes responsibility. Could I've pushed him more? Could I've gotten in one more rep? And sometimes, you know, it really should be, he should have got 1 more hour of sleep. I feel like I'm like his right side of his brain, you know? And that's why I'm here, to make sure that right side of his brain is always working.
The most difficult part to watch was Tony. Tony became very symptomatic, but they shared with us that he had a brain tumor about the size of a plum. I've never seen fear. He doesn't have fear in his eyes.
So, that was hard to hear.
Because it's all gas.
I get really frustrated pretty easily.
You're frustrated? Okay, is that gonna make you better?
Not many people look at USA All Girl like anymore, but they will be.